He's actually breaking into my car in the parking lot. That's where I actually fractured my face. He fractured my face right here.
You have a lot of good stories, and I want to kind of run through some of them.
Okay.
In terms of shop patrons over the years.
Oh my God, I've seen everything.
How about most famous person who's ever come through the doors?
That's a tough one. It's just how you consider famous, you know what I mean? Like the coolest person I ever thought, one of the coolest persons I ever thought came in there was when Ronnie Montrose came in. He was considered one of the greatest guitar players to ever live. I've had, gosh, like Bret Michaels comes in there. He's also a friend of mine. Whenever Bret is in town, I always sing the last song on stage with him.
Oh, that's fun.
The joke is he turns my mic down a lot. He actually does. No, but I've sang on stage with him probably 20 times. Billy Gibbons, you know who he is?
The name's
ZZ Top.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Sure.
he comes in. Steve Carell, I filmed with him. Chappelle actually shops in the shop sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. He's never been on the show, but he shows up and buys stuff.
What have they said about him?
They said he's really nice. Yeah. My employees are kind of used to like a lot of celebrities coming to there. Yeah. It's one of the funnest jobs in the world because it's definitely not assembly line work. I get to meet different people every day, different items. It's been an amazing life working down there.
Finance minister of a Southeast Asia country who was gambling with his country's
Oh yeah,
money?
literally, putting up pawn us stuff and like throwing down a diplomatic passport.
And what do you do in that situation?
I pawn his stuff. Yeah. I don't care if you got diplomatic immunity. You're not going to get it back unless you pay me.
How about the $27,000 a month trust fund kid?
Oh yeah, and he wasn't even a kid. He was like in his 40s or 50s. I mean, and literally just every month, like he'd get his check and go straight to the casino, gamble his ass off, and then by like the 15th or the 16th, pawning his shit so he could live for the rest of the month. I'm just thinking in my head, like, this went on for years and years. But he got like a couple $1 million payout on his 50th birthday. And then had like a 48-hour bender down at like the Horseshoe downtown and blew every penny of it.
And then
I don't get it.
You have a unique way of dealing with people at the shop who steal, right? Or at least you used to.
Oh, I
back
used
in
to,
the
yeah.
day. What would happen?
Well, I'd always take their driver's license from them. We're like, no, dude, you stole from me. I'm stealing this from you. Because for like a tweaker, getting a new ID is a lot worse than going to jail for a day or two.
You got into a fight with a ton of tweakers once in the parking lot, right?
Yeah.
What happened there?
There was a bunch of them. They fought a bunch of my employees in the pawn shop. There's a million different stories. I don't even remember them all, but yeah. I can't tell you how many fist fights I've been at the shop. Like some guy tried to steal from me and like, you're really gonna go to swinging before you just give me it back? And they do.
What's the worst fight you remember ever getting in?
That was one guy, he was actually breaking into my car in the parking lot. That's where I actually fractured my face. He fractured my face right here.
What happened?
I found out my face was fractured later. No, I ended up kicking his ass and he ran off.
How many times have you been offered sex at the pawn shop?
Oh, I can't tell you how many times, yeah. You have to understand, a lot of people show up at a pawn shop, they're in a desperate situation. And I've had, I'm like, no, honey, I'm cool.
Never accepted?
Nope.
What's the most memorable story on that front?
One of the most memorable stories, okay, so this is way back in the day, because across the street from the pawn shop used to be the Normandy Motel. And I literally have these two nuns. I mean, habit and all, okay? Nuns, okay? And they had their little, they wanted to sell some of their little ceramic figurines for some reason, okay? And I'm thinking in my head, I'm going I'll just give them more than I can sell them for because they're nuns and they do good work for the world and everything like that. And they're right there, and I'm looking out the window right there, and there's 3 naked hookers walking across the balcony at the Normandy Motel right there. really, really awkward because I did not want the nuns to turn and look out the window. And I'm like, oh my God, what kind of job do I have?
Purchases at the pawn shop. Why buy gold teeth?
Because it's gold. It's worth $2,900 an ounce.
Somebody once came and asked you for pliers.
I think there was some people on some other ships that's happened, yeah. Yeah. It's money. I don't get people, they pull some teeth out of their mouth, yeah.
And they've literally put bloody
yes.
gold on the counter.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before.
Why'd you wear a fake Rolex for 5 years?
Teach myself a lesson.
Which was what?
Don't buy fake Rolexes.
Explain how many wedding rings you went through when you were married.
Oh, tons.
What?
Because a lot of times I would like resell them because a customer needed them, or like a lot of the times I used them for sizing stock. So when you size a ring, you literally got to cut the shank, cut the bottom of the shank right there, open it up, and add a piece of gold or add a piece of platinum or something like that. And a lot of times I would just didn't have any sizing stock, cut my ring apart, use it for sizing stock. A wedding ring is just a thing. Okay, and like people, this is a question I get from a lot of people when I get interviewed. Is like, don't you feel bad like buying family heirlooms? I'm going, it's just a thing. At least they had that thing to get them by. If they didn't have that thing, they wouldn't have gotten by. So it's a
yeah, but the alternative. I mean, the difference is you didn't need that thing to get you by.
Yeah.
There is an emotional.
But in the end, I made money. I paid the bills.
It's a wedding ring.
Yeah, it's a wedding ring. Yeah.
The first Patriots Super Bowl ring. Do you still have it?
No, I ended up selling it. Yeah.
Why?
Because I got offered just stupid money, like the adage, like everything's got a price tag. Not everything, but almost.
The 200-year-old Japanese porn scroll.
I ended up selling that. Yeah, got some really good money for that. I think I got like 30 grand for that.
1,200-year-old Bengal bracelet.
Or well, you mean 1,200-year-old Viking bracelet?
Oh, Viking bracelet. Okay.
This is 1,200 years old. This is a Viking bracelet.
Give a little bit of the history.
No, so I actually got it off the Viking curator at the Met. It has, I have all the X-ray analysis on it. It's identical to 8th century English coins. And it was from a Viking horde. Yeah, the only problem is if you fall asleep wearing it, you'll dream of raping and pillaging.
You've had it for how long?
Probably like 10 years, yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the coolest things I own. I just love weird stuff.
Will you keep that, or do you think you'll end up selling that at some point too?
Someone offered me stupid money, I'd probably sell it, yeah.
The OJ Bronco.
So this is it.
The OJ Bronco.
Wow.
That was just weird. They really wanted me to film with that. I'm just like, God, it's got bad mojo. So it was a weird episode. I really didn't want to do it. They sort of talked me into it. But in the end, it was made good TV.